I think one of the great things that our country did was to proclaim Thanksgiving a national holiday. For lots of people, work stops, school stops, and we're invited to pause and become aware of all of the gifts of this past year. Kathy Sherman, CSJ, has a song that inspires me. She calls us to pay attention to the colors of a sunrise, a morning surprise, the love that we see in another's eyes, the hands that have helped us when we've fallen down. All is gift. All is gift from a loving God. Gift means grace. Another name for grace is God. And St. John tells us that God is love. Yes, everything is an articulation of divine love. In the beginning was only love, and a word was spoken, incarnated, and colors, textures, people, species, cultures came to birth, all of which are an expression of the one love, whom we call God. How appropriate that Thanksgiving flows right into Advent this year. Thomas Merton tells us that Advent is the beginning of the end of everything that is not Christ. Christ is the articulation of love. I think what Merton said is echoed in the readings for the first Sunday of Advent. Throw off the works of darkness. Easier said than done. Think of the works of darkness. We see them in the media. We hear stories about them all day long. Our culture is a culture of negativity. Our culture is a culture of even violence. And we know what cultures do to behavior. Culture is to behavior like genes are to cells. Culture seduces us into acting differently than mean, violent, cynical, sarcastic. Throw off the works of darkness. And then the reading goes on to say, the darkness is already far spent. This could be terrifying if you feel impotent, helpless in the face of all this evil. Or it could be exciting. For instance, I learned that black holes in the universe are not empty. They're filled with pulsing energy that's getting ready for the right moment to burst forth with the next articulation of love, the next revelation of Christ. Wow. The night is far spent, and we're invited to put on the armor of Christ, the armor of love. Well, how do we do that? We're also invited to go to the house of God. The house of God is you, is me. Go deep, 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 down to that place where you feel the flicker or the flame or the bonfire of desire for a world of kindness, a world of precious neighbors, a world where everything is treated as sacred. That desire is the Holy Spirit of love praying inside of you and praying inside of every bit of humanity and all creation. There is only one love, God's love, praying inside of all of us. Tune in to that love. Tune in to that Christ within you. Feed it. Feed it with movies, feed it with songs, feed it with stories. And let it feed your imagination so you begin to dream of how this world could come to be. If we can dream it, if we can imagine it, it can exist. Feed that desire. Think of it at all times. And pretty soon you'll become aware of the gifts you have to birth this desire, this culture into being. Yes, this Advent. Bless your eyes that they can see only love. Bless your ears that they can hear words of love, articulations of love. Bless this heart that it'll be fanned into flame with love. And bless this mind that will only think of loving things. And bless this mouth that it will speak affirming, blessing words, loving words. Bless your shoulders that they'll be willing to carry any burden that love demands in order to birth this culture. And bless these feet that they will be willing to go anywhere love is lacking. And then, hopefully in 3 weeks, with billions of Christians and holy people paying attention to the desire, we will have birthed a culture of love. And this will change everything. Welcome to Advent.